Hundreds of party members poured on the streets of the capital to support the former Trade and Industry Minister's campaign ahead of the 2024 general elections. The walk started from Obrasport near the Kwame Nkrumah Circle through the Central Business Center, where the multitude got stuck among traders who wanted to catch a glimpse of Alan Kojo Tremantin. The crowd began to move 30 minutes later and proceeded to Manchagbona, where the presidential hopeful addressed participants.
Muya candiphobia or what political experience and maturity. Any obia obetweka boom. You need a leader who will bring the country together, irrespective of their political affiliation, ethnic bias, or religious bias. I don't think, but this year I'm doing too many. Say, I've been before delegates. More Benjamin Amingodi, party name. Now, say, more Benjamin, IPP will break the 8.
He observed it would take unity among members to get the party to break the 8 in the crucial 2024 elections.
Say, Moya Madum Abusiafua delegates. Say, more Benjamin Amingodi Kwon anymore. Na musa bombi chidom na mi ba yo man panyina medi mutiami mesi medi ishishaya surunku bi aba begu akwan mu a de sachira kese pa aba Ghana na ade Mede shishaya abegu akwamu abe magana atumpan ajuma beba na hotoso bagana. I have laid before the people of this country a bold plan that will usher us into a golden age of business growth and transformation.
He, however, assured of reshaping the party with formidable policy.
I will build a strong political organization in MPP, which will be financially solvent. Obia uye ajumama party biano, awusum party biano. Yebetia uka, yamao yebetia uka, yebetia uka, yabema social security.
Alan Kojo Tremantin will be touring the northern part of the country in the coming days as part of his campaign activities. The NPP has slated November 4, 2023 for its National Congress, whilst nomination for presidential hopefuls would be open on May 26, 2023.
All right, so welcome back. Those were shots of the scenes at the Alan Aduro walk, which happened, in fact, it started from the Obrasport and ended at Manchagbona here in Accra. Now, questions are being asked about the numbers and whether the numbers were actually organically produced or they artificially produced. And there's been all kinds of conversation about that. Of course, this is quite normal with politics, where people are asking all kinds of questions and really what the real objective for organizing this health walk it's all about. So joining me in the studio is Dr. Samuel Kwejo Nyama. He's a member of the Alan campaign team, has joined us. He's also the former member of parliament for the Kwadaso constituency from 2017, I believe, to 2021. He was a quiet MP, so not many had heard about him. In fact, when I saw, first of all, good morning. They would say very good thanks, a very good morning to you, and they say a big thanks for joining us on Inside Page this morning. When I saw, when I got your name, your credentials, I was like, well, I don't remember this man, because you were not that visible, were you?
I was actually.
You were?
I was
okay.
in Parliament. I was very much active.
Okay.
But then when you have a lot to deal with, especially in your constituency, you seem to have divided attention.
Right.
You have to make sure you give to your constituents what they want. At the same time, you have to play your role in Parliament. So
Right.
it was tough. And
combining parliamentary duties
and looking at the fact that I remember when I went to Parliament, they had a term they used to call me a giant killer. Because
giant slayer.
Yes, I'd come to Parliament on seating a very a big giant,
right.
Who is in the person of Honorable Oswefri Akoto, the immediate past Minister for Food Agriculture, yes, who is now contesting and want to be the flag bearer and eventually the president. So I unseated him.
I see.
So it tells you
So you were the David that defeated Goliath.
Yes, you can put it in that sense. So it was Herculean task, combining the two, and having done that, you won't have it easy.
Okay.
Having unseated these giants.
Right.
You won't have it easy.
True.
Giant, he had his own, a baby giant is still a giant.
Right.
And these guys will still come after you. So we're trying to combine the two, and we did our best.
I see.
The constituent would always remember and testify the kind of work we did, what we were able to do in that short period of time.
Why did you decide to join the Allan campaign?
Moro, thanks so much. I think I didn't even get a chance to greet your cherished viewers and listeners. And I might say that, yes, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Honorable and Chairman Ting, the good people of Ghana, the good people of Kwadaso, and also my party, MPP, and Nana Akufo-Addo, who is the president of the country. So thanks for having me.
Right.
And the question that you just asked is why I joined the campaign.
Why decided to join the Allan campaign? I mean, there were several other persons.
It's based on three things.
Why Allan?
It's based on character.
Okay.
It's based on principle, and it's based on fairness.
Okay.
Because I believe in God, and I remember he did the party a singular honor in 2007 when after 17 aspirants contested for the flag bearership, he came second, and there was supposed to be a runoff, and he announced that he made a statement that I think is profound, and I think that we shouldn't forget about the statement that Allan Chimantin made on that particular fateful day, when he said that in order to protect the unity of the party, he's going to step down for his senior brother to go uncontested. And that is profound. So I don't think that it has ever happened in this party before, when a candidate who has spent so much money, so much energy, he's had so much followers, and keen to win, would at the last minute announce that in order to protect. So he loved the party so much that he wouldn't allow his selfish interest to override the general interest of the party, which I think is profound.
Okay.
So I've been watching him since that time, 2007. Who is this man?
Okay.
Well, he spent so much money, and then he would make this announcement. So I've been watching him from 2007, because it has never happened in any of the political parties in this country, not even NDC or any of the minor parties, where a candidate or someone who has campaigned across the country would eventually say that, yes, I'm not going to go because of the unity of the party.
Right. And
I think that we shouldn't forget that. And then Nana Akufo-Addo also made a statement that he has to be president before Allan Chimantin. So the Nana Akufo-Addo believed that Allan Chimantin would be a president, but he has to come first. So now he has come. So who is next? So ask yourself, if it were you, how would you feel?
But does that grant an automatic right to Allan to become the leader of the party?
No, I'm coming. I'm trying to build a case here. Because I mentioned it's based on three things. Okay. Fairness, principle, and... Yes, and character.
And character.
So I think that then we should look at critically about this man and see if he ticked the boxes. Yes, in terms of principle, I think he is. I think that he's done the party so much favor at the time, because if we were to arrange another elections, it cost us so much money, so much rancor, disunity, but he was able to bring the party together at the time. And gradually, we are here. And I've been following him, reading about him. And if you look at what he's been doing, you see, he's been in the game since 1982. He's a party, one of the founding members of the party, since 1982. And 1992, he was the chairman of what they call the Young Executive Forum, who were sponsoring this party. Had so much money, a group of young guys, executive guys who had come together, who were supporting this party financially. So a founding member who had worked so hard for this party. And then, look, for all these years, his character is intact, never been tainted. All these years. Besides the fact that he made this announcement I talked about. Look at his character. Wow. How, can you pinpoint one person in this party who has been in this game 1992 up to now, and you can't even pinpoint one thing against him? His character is intact. And so it tells you that this is a man that, in fact, if you want somebody to lead the party to break the eight, he stands a very good chance. Again, his vision, what he's been doing. In Kufuor's government, the first time he was appointed the ambassador to the United States of America. During his time, he was able to broker a deal where Tullow Oil and other companies came in. We had oil. This company came from the Cosmos Oil and Co. They came from the United States of America. Right. That's a deal that he was able to broker at the time that we found oil. Even though he wasn't the country, was in the States, was able to play a key role in that arrangement. That's why we had the EO group coming from the United States of America. Okay. And then partner with other companies. And now Ghana has oil. And when he came, the second term of His Excellency John Ajay Kufuor, he made him the Minister for Trade and Industry. Right. And beside that, the president has his own initiative, his own vision for the country. That's the PSI. He didn't select any other person, but this gentleman who wasn't even in the country in the first term of his government to spearhead this PSI. And at that time, we saw people investing in salt, investing in oil plantation, and other things. So this guy, and when you look at what he's been doing from PSI time up to now, he is the only person that Ghanaians are waiting for. And he mentioned it, that yes, we've done so well. He will not discount what the previous presidencies and government have done. But where we are now, we have to move from this growth and all those talks to transformation. That's why he announced this GTP and says the great transformational project that he's about to implement when he's made the president of the country. And I think he can do that because he's done it before. Way before politics, in Pretech, there are so many successful men and women in this country who enjoyed that program when he led that program in Pretech. So his track record is there. And mind you, even in opposition, he nearly became the executive director of WTO, World Trade Organization. How many people? It means that beyond the shores of Ghana, people can see what this man stands for. Because he transcends beyond this country. People can see the great things that he's done. In fact, way before 1982, he was the 100 top leaders that was earmarked some time ago, including Bill Gates and the rest. Global leaders. His name was there. It means in Ghana, Africa, and globally, he's an icon. Right. That we need to hold dear, and we need to give him the opportunity to lead this country to where we desire, where we need to go. And I think that he ticks all the boxes in terms of he's a visionary leader, he's a true blue party person, and he's a Ghanaian. And he's shown on countless occasions the Ghanaianness in him and the MPP in him. Someone who says MPP Nimapa is a true blue party person, and he's demonstrated in several scenarios. The one that I just cited, that he has to step down for Akufo-Addo to go. So if you believe in God, and if you're a religious person, ask yourself, would you accept that if you have to put yourself in Honorable Nchamantin's shoes? Do you think you think you've been treated fairly? I think that you wouldn't accept that. That yes, you stood down and you were promised that yes, Aduro has to come before you, and now what are we saying?
But this
so it's totally unfair,
right,
as a party to not allow Honorable Nchamantin to be our leader. And I think that apart from that, he is the only person who can break the 8 for us as a party. And beside that, he is the only leader, president, who can transform this nation for us. So in all boxes, in all scenarios, I'm fully convinced that the numbers that you saw is not artificial. There are many people who think like me. There are many people who are godly. But there are many people who are...
But are the guys we saw marching with Alan, but they're not delegates. I mean, you're supposed to be talking to delegates.
Who's the candidate? Who's the candidate? Candidates are Ghanaians. So candidates are a subset of Ghanaians. So all candidates are Ghanaians.
But he has a hurdle to cross first. You need to get the delegates.
No, I'm making a point. I'm saying
get the delegates to make you the flag bearer, and then you can now contest the national elections. So
okay, I'm saying that who is a delegate? A delegate is a Ghanaian, and a delegate has been delegated. A delegate has been delegated for every polling station. The voters in that polling station have delegated 5 to represent them. So if you are a delegate, it means that the voters in your polling station have delegated you to represent them. So you have to listen to what the masses are saying and make a decision. So you cannot just say, oh, you are on your own, you are an individual, so you are taking a decision on your own. And besides that, most of the people that you saw over there are delegates. Because they have come from their constituencies. Because if you are not even a delegate, you may not even know what's going on. There are people on the street who don't even know the MPP calendar, who don't even know who is contesting what. They know the candidates who are contesting, because they care less.
Right.
So those who you saw over there are people who are delegates, most of them, and sympathizers of the party, and activists of the party.
Right.
And I think that they won't disappoint Honorable Nchamantin. I won't disappoint him. They won't disappoint him. The party won't disappoint him.
All right.
And Ghanaians won't disappoint him.
Now, let me just say that we will be interspersing our conversations, whether with Dr. Newman or whoever. We will be interspersing that with the happenings at Westminster Abbey, where the King of England, that's King Charles and his wife Camilla, are being coronated. The coronation service is taking place, and they've been coronated to be the Queen and King of the United Kingdom. And so, from time to time, we'll be going to the Westminster Abbey to just catch glimpse of what's happening there. So just bear with us. Just bear with us, because it's a very important event that's taking place. Not just in the United Kingdom, but it's also in the world.
In fact, they are my people.
Yeah, you've lived in the UK for so many years.
I was a soldier. I was wearing that hat over there.
Okay.
Holding that rifle, SA-80, holding that, wearing that uniform.
Really?
But I was the Walls Guards. The Walls Guards. Yes, so my barracks is called Wellington Barracks. It's in Victoria. So right behind Wellington Barracks is where they're having this ceremony.
Interesting. So in fact, you would be in a very good position to even tell us what's happening. In terms of the importance of what's happening. But that's not why you're here. That's not why you're here. So, but maybe at some point I'll pick your thoughts on that.
It's a wonderful scene.
Yeah, we have like some 10 minutes to wrap up on this. So you've held your health walk. It's come off. We've seen the numbers. And have you estimated how many people attended?
I've seen in the papers they are saying it's over 300,000, but what I saw
is more than
is
300,000.
way over 300,000.
Would it go over 400,000?
I think it's hitting 1 million.
Okay.
If I'm not exaggerating, because you see, I don't know how it was organized, but they were working in batches. You see, one batch, huge numbers, we walk through, and then in 5-10 minutes, another batch. So what you saw, at no point that you see people just congregating at one particular, they're just moving in batches. So it's huge numbers. And you see, you were asking whether it's organic or what, and I can tell you it's purely organic. Because listen, he's an individual, not in government. He doesn't control the transport. He doesn't control STC. He doesn't control Metromass. So if I'm trying to throw a challenge here. If you think is artificial, try and do same and let's see.
Okay.
Artificial. Right. Try and do same, because You may
So
have.
the point is, if it's easy to organize that many people, try
Yeah,
it.
try it and let's see.
Right.
And I'm even saying that even the party as of now cannot have those numbers on the street. The party as an MPP, they try those struggle to have those numbers on the street at this particular time. In fact, haven't even witnessed these numbers on the street. MPP even in opposition.
So
These
this is
numbers.
the Alan magic.
This is Alan magic.
I see.
And we cannot.
But I mean, the numbers look impressive, though.
We cannot discount these numbers. We cannot just overlook it and say, oh, there's nothing. Even assuming, but not admitting, that these whole numbers, they are even non-delegate. Assuming, but not admitting, but they are non-delegate.
Okay.
But they are Ghanaians.
So let me ask you
We
this.
cannot.
Let me ask you this: when you speak to how do you call it? The supporters of the other candidates, they'll tell you that, look, most of the candidates or most of the aspirants are competent enough, but the NPP today has a fantastic opportunity to change the narrative, and the narrative being that you are an Akan party. You have a certain vice president who doesn't come from the Akan community. He's from the northern part of Ghana, and a brilliant chap, fantastic chap. Why don't you all rally behind this guy, get him to become the flag bearer of the NPP, so that you can change that perception that people have about the NPP? Why don't you want to do that?
Let me say this. You see, when the opportunity arises, we shall do so. Because I believe that, yes, we need to, at a point in time, try to let Ghanaians know that, yes.
Why do you think this is not the time?
There are two things. Do we focus on deaconizing, or do we focus on breaking the eight?
Okay, okay, hold on. You say, do we focus on deaconizing?
Yes. Or do we focus on breaking the eight?
And what does deaconizing mean?
The point you raise.
Okay.
That's okay, fine. All the leaders, they are Akan-based.
You're too Akanistic.
So in these elections, if the focus is deaconized, we can have that discussion. Okay, then let's see who is best to deaconize the party for us. But I don't think so. I think it's more than that. If you say we should just deaconize the party, then what? We remain in opposition? That's not the focus. You see, we had 167 seats, 2017.
Yes.
167 seats.
Yes.
And NDC had about 130 or so.
Yes.
The margin was huge, wide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If we had one more seat, maybe extended it or maybe maintained it,
yes,
then I would say, okay, we had 167 seats, huge margins. Now we can risk it.
Okay.
We can risk it. We can try something we haven't done before. We can bring someone who is not from the Akan base. We can bring someone who is not a male, a female, because I haven't had a female before. We can risk it because now the numbers are huge. So we can do whatever we want to do. But not this time when the numbers are 137, 137. Not this time when the economic indicators are straight in our face. Not this time when Ghanaians, because when you look at the cycle, it's 8 years, 8 years. Mm-hmm. Not this time when we are coming to the end of our cycle. Because again, we are going to do something that we haven't done before. If we are saying breaking the 8, no party has broken the 8 before.
Okay.
So there's so much at stake to be taking a risk at this time. I think that, yes, at the right time as a party, but not this time when so much is at stake. And I think that it will be overly risky mm-hmm. to be able to do something you haven't done before. And I think that, ask yourself, if you want to invest your money and is your last dollar, are you going to embark on a trade that you haven't done before, or you do something that you are comfortable doing? Okay. I think it's a question I'm asking you and your viewers. And I think that common sense will tell you that you always have to be comfortable and do things that you've done before and improve on your past experience.
Let me just say that those of you watching us who would want to contribute or send us your thoughts and your opinions, so you can do that on 0243 411107. So 0243 411107. You can see that displayed on your screens. I'm having a conversation this morning with a member of the Alan campaign team who is joined us this morning to talk about the He's called Dr. Samir Kwejo Niyama. He is a former member of parliament for the Kwara constituency from 2017 to 2021. He is a member of the Alan campaign. He's throwing some more light on the Alan Aduro walk, which saw some huge numbers pouring out on the streets of Accra and to participate in that health walk. And it's thrown up quite a number of issues, and we're trying to look at those issues, and he's addressing them here on the show. So 0243-411-107. Now, where do you stand on this? Do you think Alan will make a good president, or do you think Alan should be leading the New Patriotic Party, or you think it's Dr. Mahmoud Bamiao, or you think it's Kennedy Japan? Who do you think will be the best fit, for the NPP, looking at the situation we find ourselves now? And what are your reasons? I'll be very, very interested in knowing what the reasons are. But also remember that right after this interview, I'll be talking to Baba Sadiq. He's a former chief executive of Three Network. And he's got some very interesting, exciting things to share with the people of Okaikwe Central. Why you should make him your parliamentary candidate going into the 2024 elections. And so you don't want to miss that interview as well. So 0243-411-107. That's the WhatsApp line for those of you who want to share some thoughts with us this morning. So, Doc, so you've had how many regions have you had this health walk yet? You've had I think about 10?
That's why back to the point you asked whether is organic or is official.
Okay.
You see, we had one in Ashanti region. Yes. Ashanti is the home base of Alan Chamantin.
The World Bank of the New Patriotic Party.
Yes. So you may say that, okay, is his home base. So, and then we move it to Greater Accra.
Okay.
And we've seen bigger numbers. So it cannot be a fluke. It cannot be a fluke.
You didn't buzz these guys from Ashanti, East thing?
You see, I have thrown a challenge.
From outside Accra?
I'm saying I've thrown a challenge. That if you think it is you can just buzz and have those numbers, try and let's see. When you're organizing a program,
okay,
obviously, if someone is from Pong Katamanto, he has to come with the bus.
Right.
Because you don't expect people from Pong Katamanto to walk off from that area to Central Accra. Mm-hmm. If you people coming from an English amount from, obviously you have to take a bus.
I understand you.
So I don't understand why the fact that someone came with a bus is an issue. That's what I'm saying. That the challenge is on. If you think that you can do better, do it.
Okay.
In fact, not even to the candidate, even to the party. You understand? To test how we stand. But you see, as a party, we should look at it as a good sign. A good sign that there are a lot of Ghanaians who still love this party, provided we present the right candidate. So we shouldn't, for once, assume that people have lost faith in the party and people are disgruntled and there are still huge numbers who are still deeply in love with this party. The only caveat is that we need to present the right candidate. That's all we are waiting for.
Right. Does the tacit support that we have seen from government appointees, we're told there's close to about 100 MPs who are associated with this Alan campaign, and does that discourage you? Does that put any fear in you? I mean, we're talking about persons who are controlling government machinery. We're talking CEOs. We're talking ministers, deputy ministers. In fact, the majority chief whip is there. How do you call it? The second, the first deputy speaker of parliament is also supporting him. We've seen some Ashanti MPs their weight behind Dr. Mahmoud Bamiya and saying that this is his time.
That is
it doesn't bother you?
No, that is rather the EMF. There's something we call EMF in electromagnetic force. That's a driving force. That is what is actually driving us.
Right.
Because, you see, after every 8 years, the opposition wins power. You understand? After every 8 years, the opposition wins power.
Okay.
Why is it so? Because after every 8 years, those in government, they become lazy. They think that, there's no zeal to move around. Because they become lazy.
Right.
I should put it that way.
Right.
But in our party, there are still a good number of people in the party who still harbor this anger and hunger.
Okay.
So within the same party, there is still a strong opposition force.
Okay.
Even more than the NDC.
Right.
That when they get a chance, they can override the NDC.
Okay.
You understand? Which
Right.
is an advantage for the MPP.
Okay.
They have this huge force on standby, ready to take on the NDC.
Right.
And I think we shouldn't just underestimate those force. And as a party, to break the eight, we need that.
Okay.
But what do you expect, Moro? What do you expect if you are in government and you are appointed and you have a job and you want to continue working? Obviously,
Are you suggesting that these guys are throwing their weight behind the vice president because they're scared of losing their jobs?
I can't.
That would be unfair to them.
No, I can't say exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that you will not be in a good position
Okay.
to come out and say exactly or anything against the system that you serve.
Right.
It will be extremely difficult. And so for me, what I keep on advising my colleague MPs and exactly what we've been doing. We talk to them, they talk to us.
All right.
They support us in several ways. But the key thing is
They can't show their
we
face.
will show our face, we will
Okay.
do the work,
Okay.
and at the right time, if
All
you're
right.
willing, you can join.
Now, Alimos just sent us a message, and let me read some of the messages that you sent us, and we'll be wrapping up with this in 2 minutes because we need to go to Westminster Abbey where the coronation of King Charles and Camilla, his wife, that's Queen Camilla, is happening, and we'll bring you some scenes from that event just shortly in the next minute or two. But let me read a few messages that have come in. So Alima says, Alan, the next leader of the MPP, was giving a little over 400 million, and out of that, we have 278 1D, 1F with 126 of it fully operational, employing more than 160,000 able-bodied Ghanaians who could have been armed, robbers, prostitutes, junkies, etc. And then we have the Vice President, through the Nation Builders Corps, was giving an amount of 2.1 billion. And as we speak, the young men and women, how do you know was giving to the Vice President? I'm not sure about that. But anyway, that's what you're saying. An amount of 2.1 billion. And as we speak, the young men and women who were employed under the program are sitting at home with a 2.1 billion wasted. The decision as to who leads the MPP could not have been easy and straight to the point with just this simple litmus test. Give the country and its resources to who knows the road, and transformation will be your portion. Give the country to the one who was giving less but made mountains out of the less. Give the country to Alan, and surely the great transformational plan will be your portion. 2023, be bold for Alan. It goes on and on and on. I can't read all your messages, unfortunately. Baumia is the best candidate to break the eight. That's coming from General Tivina. Good morning. I think the MPP party is not fair to Alan for not allowing him to go unopposed. Baumia contesting Alan is a bad move. I think he should step down and come after Alan. That's Parry from Accra, Shalibutre. After 16 years, the party needs a new direction, dimension, and a new vision. We need a transformational leader who will transform the economy into industrialization and job creation. I humbly present Honorable Alan Kojo, Chairman, Just for the People, Cash for the People. Kavin Oseakoto from Kumasi sends that message. And Kwadasu constituency delegates, Metro Honorable Dr. Kojo Niyama, says the love, respect, and his human relationship, we're not getting that anymore. Doc, we miss you. Whether you like it or not, you are coming back. From Raymond, MPP communicator. Good morning, Metro TV. My name is Nana Yao from Bawi. Alan can be the leader of the MPP in the 2024 general elections, but not as a leader of Ghana because he was part of the bad. He was part of the bad and wasteful government led by a president who takes delight in cover-up of his appointees who are found guilty of many scandals. The MPP and Anado has really disappointed most Ghanaians, and on that note, we must vote them out in 2024. Tell Doc he made my day for the fact that he cleared the air on the fact that we are focused on breaking the eight and not preaching tribalism and sectionalism, etc. by Zakaria Azabela in Tema. Hello, Moro. Samiu is dealing with the issues very well. It starts revealing data that the MPP needs to make an informed decision. The party cannot experiment with someone who has no base either in the party or as a country. That's coming from Sonny Rocky. Okay, Dr. Bamia is the only person who can thwart the unholy quest of Mahama to become president again. In fact, Dr. Bamia is both a Messi and Ronaldo, and for that matter, victory is assured when he captains the MPP team into the 2024 election. Look, I've got about 30 messages. I can't read all. But Doc, so what's your final word? I mean, as you prepare to take leave of us. So what's next? I told you you're going to the northern region. For your next health walk?
Yes, we would do that.
Okay.
We would do another one in the north, and then we move to the central. But then, you see, we've toured all the regions now. Alan Chamantin has gone to all the regions. He's informed all the chiefs across the country. They've all wished him well.
Yes.
Some have actually endorsed him.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did,
Right.
and the other chiefs around the country also did same.
Okay.
And then he's also gone to the regional executive committee of the party.
Okay.
And he's also announced to them his intention to contest. The next phase is to move down to the constituency level.
Okay.
And then also talk to them and try to bring all of them on board.
Yeah.
Because this is the winning team. Alan Chamantin is winning. MPP is breaking the 8. And we are calling everybody
Okay.
to join the bus, join the winning team.
Right.
Join the winning team. We are winning. You see, the delegates don't make mistakes, and they've never made a mistake.
Right.
The numbers you've seen over there, it's not a fluke. It's not artificial. It's purely organic. And I'm telling you, if you want to break the 8, the right choice is Honorable Alan Kojo Chamantin.
In the northern region, are you expecting to turn out similar numbers?
In fact, all the places that we've been to when we were touring the regions,
Okay.
the northern regions was huge. I've never, in fact, we went through Dambai.
Okay.
And we took the pontoon across the black water to the other side. So we entered Yendi.
Okay.
And Yendi was massive.
Okay.
The motorbikes, the Okadas, everywhere on the street of Yendi.
Right.
And then they led us from Yendi straight to Tamale.
Right.
Tamale was huge. I've never seen those numbers in any other regions that not even the Ashanti region in Kumasi.
Okay.
So it tells you the love for Alan Chamantin in the northern region is unmatched.
I see.
And I keep on saying, let someone try and let's see. Try and let's see.
Okay.
This is real, this is practical, and this is the fact.
Okay.
And the people can see.
Okay.
Because wherever he goes, in fact, and there's another challenge. The market woman, all the regional capitals that we've been to,
All right.
after talking to and meeting all these great personalities that I mentioned,
Right.
he enters to the market
Okay.
and interacts with the market women.
All right.
And over there, you see the love, the euphoria. And it tells you that if you are looking for somebody to break the 8,
Okay.
he is second to none.
He's the guy.
He's the guy.
Okay. Doc, I want to thank you so very much for your time. It's been wonderful talking to you, telling us more about the Alan project and also the health walk that we saw happen in Greater Accra. It's called the Alan Aduro Health Walk. So that's Dr. Samuel Kwejo-Nuyama. I want to thank you so very much for your time once again and have a great day, sir.
Thank you so much, Moro.
All right.
We shall meet again.
All right.